Before we get into today's video, as some of you may know, the IMNerdpodcast is hosting an Edison tournament on October 28th called the Frozen Soul Cup. There will be a special rule in place that you can only use one of each card in your deck. For example, you would only be able to play one Treeborn Frog or one Elemental Hero Neos Alias or one Blackwing Blues at the Far North. Everything is limited to one. This greatly changes deck building and technical play, but I will let you guys figure that part out. The prize for this tournament is already up to $300 cash for the top cut. If you would like to donate to the prize pool, please reach out to me. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Alright, welcome back to the channel. I'm here today with my good friend, A True Hero, and we are actually trying our hand at the YCS Dortmund deck that got first place in the Ultimate Time Wizard tournament for Edison format. This was Diva Hero, and it is a very different build from the one that A True Hero plays. So his build is very aggressive and is kind of like a more OTK heavy deck that he's an absolute expert in playing. And then we have this version that is more like Oscar's, that has won multiple PS5 tournaments, got second at RBET Moreno Valley, and it's a much more grindier, slower style of Diva Hero. So there are two different ways to play this deck, and A True Hero and I have our own opinions on like this version versus his. So we can talk about that a little bit before we decide to play someone on Dueling Book. But I think that so this is cool that Diva Hero has won an event, and the deck is obviously like, I've upgraded it to S tier. I think it's very, very, very good, especially in the current meta where it's all Miracle Fusions, Absolute Zeros, and Value Sirocco decks or whatever. But you know, what are your opinions on the slower build that like doesn't play Sark, plays Deep Prison? They sometimes play Snowman Eater in the main deck. He's not playing Greffer and all that. Go ahead.
Honestly, I really think it comes down to player preference. Now, overall, if you consider yourself a player who's more methodical and a slower pace, then this control style build might suit your playstyle better. But I do think that Diva Hero is a bit more efficient at playing the OTK variant, the more faster aggressive version that I play. And the reason being is because there's a greater chance of you bricking with Diva Hero in comparison to other control decks. Other control decks have a lower chance of bricking, so they're a little bit better at playing like this grindier game. But with Diva Hero, like you want to like just quickly try to take out your opponent's life points as fast as possible. Now, it's funny that I say that because when we look at the success of other Diva Hero players, the majority of them have had success with Oscar's list or lists similar to Oscar's, like the one we're seeing on the screen. So me and Frazier actually, we don't play it actually that much, but we do play when we need to play.
Yes.
And I remember that we were play testing for an event. He was helping me for the RBT rulers last year, right? So look forward to me entering this year as well. But anyway, he was helping me prepare for RBT rulers last year, and I took Gold Tarks out of my deck. That was the first time I took them out. And Frazier was playing Blackwings and I was playing Diva Hero. And I got completely destroyed. Like it wasn't even close. And Frazier was the one who originally told me to put in Gold Sarks in the first place. Like I put them in, and then Frazier had said, oh, like, did you know that Sean McCabe, when he played Diva Hero, he played Gold Sark? I was like, oh, wow. Like, yeah, I thought it was really good. But then I took them out, and then Frazier was like, your deck's not doing anything anymore. Like, I'm not scared of your deck. And he just proceeded to win every match that we played. So then I put the Gold Sarks back in, and then a reversal happened.
That shit was bad. It was like a completely different story. The Gold Sarks, it was like every game was like turn one, Gold Sark for Heavy Storm. And I'm looking at my Blackwing hand like, damn, I have a lot of, because Blackwing plays like 12 traps, sometimes more than that. So I'm looking at my trap ass heavy hand and I don't want to commit any, which makes it awkward because if you don't commit any, Diva Hero can actually still just OD on you and kill you out of nowhere. And even if they don't kill you, they don't have to. They could just establish a board, deal a bunch of damage in one turn, and then it's awkward for you to set your traps after that now because Heavy Storm is still coming if they Gold Sark for that. So I was getting caught in like these catch-22s, and sometimes it'd be like, oh, like Gold Sark for Dark Armed or Gold Sark for Brain Control. And every time it would just make me entirely too afraid to do certain things, which is, that card's very intimidating. Like you know that it's coming, but it doesn't, sometimes it just doesn't even help because Diva Hero is such an aggressively powerful deck. So yeah, once you put them back in, I just feel like your deck performed the way it performed at Nationals, the way it performed at like 6 other tournaments that you topped this year. Like it just put people in the dirt, including me. So I was like, yeah, I lost all my fear against Diva Hero when you weren't playing Gold Sarcophagus. But as soon as they went back in, that shit definitely reversal, like you said.
The last thing I'll say about Gold Sark before we move on is at Nationals, since Frazier just brought it up, Frazier played against an abundance of Diva Hero decks.
Yes.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but none of those Diva decks played Gold Sarcophagus.
No, none of. I don't think so. I think both of them were their slower builds. I'm pretty sure I got Deep Prison in both of the matches that I played against Diva Hero, maybe in all three. But I don't recall any of them playing Gold Sark. I don't know. I don't remember. I could be wrong about this, so correct me if I'm wrong if one of my opponents happens to comment on this video. But I don't think they did. And I remember I beat both of them. Like I won both of my matches against Diva Hero, and I don't remember it being particularly like crazy difficult. I know I did have a close game with MSW 2389, shout out to him, where he kind of bricked and it took him a very long time to see like a water monster or a diva or whatever, and by the time he did draw it, I had super poly. So I just remember like that game, he was waiting for diva the whole game, and I was also afraid that he was going to draw diva the whole game. But something like Gold Sark, he was waiting for a water monster literally the whole game, and I figured he wasn't doing anything, and I was just like poking him. I was like, this guy definitely has an explosive ass hand, but something is missing. And when the game was over, he revealed his hand. It was like, yeah, I needed a diva to like go off, and he had everything. Like if he drew a diva, I actually was going to lose that round for sure. Yes. And this is just kind of talking to the point of like searching for specific cards in Diva Hero is amazing, because that deck, you have to bridge the gap for Miracle Fusion. You need water and you need heroes and you need Miracle Fusion. So it's like a whole thing where I talk about this often, but one of the reasons why I initially did not like Diva Hero was because I don't like the feeling of needing all these different parts of your engine to come together. And when you don't, you just have dead Miracle Fusions, or you just have heroes and Miracle Fusions with no water, and then vice versa. Like it can happen where you just have water monsters and no heroes somehow in the Diva Hero deck. And it's really frustrating. It's funny I'm saying this because I'm also like the hero for all guru. But it happened a lot in Diva Hero, and Gold Sark fixes a lot of those problems. Like it just Sark for Future Fusion. Like I now have both, and for the rest of the game, I'm going to be able to use the rest of my deck without any worries. So yeah, it fixes everything in my opinion.
All right. So that's pretty much all we have to say about Gold Sark. But generally, as I said in the beginning, right, to bring things full circle, if you are a person who prefers the control style, I'm not going to say that this is a bad build, because look at the success that has brought a ton of other people.
Yeah.
So definitely play the version that is most comfortable for you. But in a true hero's opinion, I definitely do believe in Gold Sark. So that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah. Now, as for this build, so again, this is very standard to the other one. And I think I'm looking at the side deck. I see Prohibition in the side deck, which is interesting. I know that card, people have been using that lately for Hero Beat. Hero Beat is a very, very popular deck right now. A lot of people are playing it with it. A lot of people are having success with it. And I feel like now it's to the point where the deck is so good and so common that you play against it sometimes multiple times during any competitive tournament. Like if you have an 8-round tournament, which is what most of them are, you're going to end up playing against Diva Hero Beat at least once, and honestly, probably twice.
Actually, I really do like his side deck. The only change that I would make is I would drop Prohibition, because I don't think the card's that great, and I will replace it with Super Polymerization. This side deck is actually similar to a side deck that I used to run before I started to side deck Royal Decree. Because I think Royal Decree just actually makes a lot of the matchups that you would side Dust Tornado in more trivial. So I think Decree is better, but Dust Tornado is still good, because now against Value Turbo, instead of just siding double Decree, now you can side in double Dust and double Compulse, right? Yeah. So like, I'm not disagreeing with this side deck. I think it is really well done. I noticed it doesn't have Cyber Dragon, but also he doesn't have Chimera Tech in his extra deck either, right? So I mean, there are small things that I would change, but for the most part, this is a really solid side deck.
Yeah. What's funny is that when you brought up Decree just now, and it didn't occur to me until you said that, I'm looking at how many traps are in the main deck and side deck, and it's a shit ton. Like this deck is very trap. That's another thing that's different about your deck to this one, is that these builds are very defensive in nature. Your build doesn't typically run like this is 10 traps. It's just traps going from the bottom row all the way across, which is just 10 traps. And then a side deck has another, it looks like 9 traps, I want to say. Yeah, it's nine more traps on the side deck. So clearly this is a more defensive version of Diva Hero, and I like grindy decks sometimes. Like I'm not opposed to it. I've been playing around with the Machina Lightsworn deck or whatever, and that deck is very grindy. It's a Hamster Reiko Kai's deck, and it's a Pot of Avarice deck, so it is naturally inherently very grindy, and I enjoy it. Like I genuinely enjoy playing that deck. So the idea of having a grind game isn't lost on me. Like I'm not saying, oh, you need the OTK in order to like, do well or whatever. Like Cairo said, you could do well with either one. Just it really depends on your preference and how well you play. So with that being said, why don't we take this out for a spin and see how it goes?
A nice little whirlwind spin.
Whirlwind spin. You remember Budokai?
That's right. Oh,
Oh,
Budokai 3 was the truth, man.
yeah, it's
All
so
right,
good.
so I hope that we get to play against some competent players because whenever we play DB randos, like some craziness always happens.
Yeah. And what's crazy is like we're playing. Oh, this is going crazy. All right. So
All right, there you go.
that guy showed up so fast. I wish I was playing on one of my alt accounts because people are sometimes very weird when they realize.
Yes, that's right.
But
Are you? Oh, great hand.
yes.
Oh, that's everything you want.
Okay.
Yeah, you got
So
first turn Stardust 0 in a trap. Like obviously
yeah.
you don't summon the 0, but like that's amazing. Good luck. Yeah, he's gonna need it. Yeah, so
Oh,
guys, so everyone watching, and I'm so happy that Benjamin. So I found out from the Discord server that Benjamin actually watched, and Benjamin is the person who won with this deck. So Benjamin actually watched a lot of my videos, so I'm very touched to find that out. And Benjamin listened to me. He played Treeborn Frog, and this is exactly why I said you need Treeborn Frog in Diva Hero. Like many Diva Hero players, they don't want to play Treeborn Frog, and they only want Snowman in their main deck. But like, if something happens to this future fusion, like now we get a +1 every turn with Treeborn Frog. So it's just so good.
yeah. This is a fucking outrageous opening too. Like it's so strong. I like you said, I don't know what else you could ask for. This is such a strong hand. We have a graveyard. We have like two floating things coming from the grave. We got the trap with the Stardust. We got the 0 coming out in 2 turns. We got Miracle Fusion in case things do get crazy. Like it really is just Brain Control Caius is the only way he's getting out of this.
Yep. And even with Brain, oh well, we see D-Draw, so he's already not playing anything real.
Wait, hold on. Wait. You used to play D-Draw, King. You used to play D-Draw.
I tested it. Listen, I did test D-Draw and Diva Hero because like Diva Hero is one of the few decks that can play D-Draw, and it's just like you have to play more bad cards. And like good for him, he D-Drawed Mali. That's like the best target to D-Draw. But yeah, in any other circumstance, like that card is just dead. Because what often happens is what you just did. You open up Future Fusion, you send the Malicious, and like now, what are you going to D-Draw? Like the dead Diamond Dude that you put in your deck, you know what I mean? Like,
yo, I saw
even
people playing Dasher. I liked the Dasher back then. There was a period where people were playing Dasher in this deck.
There was a period when people were playing Dasher, but the problem is like you Dasher's only really good with like Stratos, right?
Do you
like,
bottomless or no?
So I wouldn't bottomless this.
Okay.
I would just wait until like because we don't even know if he's playing like E-Teleport or something like that, you know?
Yeah. Oh, so. Yeah. He still has Malicious Engrave. I didn't even. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I guess technically he could have done a little bit more. Okay. Well, oh my
God. Your deck is just Benjamin. We see how you won.
Oh my lord.
Oh man. Yeah, so I mean, obviously here the problem would be Gores. Our hand's not thoroughly equipped to deal with a Gores like as of now.
Is there a way to get Dark Armor online?
I mean, no.
Okay.
Because if we stack for Plague, then we'll lose a Dark, right? We can stack for Plague, summon Sangan, but then we're still at 2.
Yeah.
So there's not a way to get Dark Armor online. I mean, if you want to force a Dark Arm, you could go like Sangan, like Crash, right? And then that puts 3 Darks in the grave. But then I feel like it makes it obvious that we have Dark Arm.
So what would you do here? Would you summon Sangan and just like attack, and then I don't even want to attack directly, to be honest.
Yeah, I just don't think it's worth attacking directly. I would just beat over the Stratos and just set the Sangan.
Yeah,
because like we just can't deal with a Gores right now.
Right,
and then like if he kills the Sangan, then at any point we can out a Gores with Dark Arm.
Yeah, I think he has Gores too, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like I genuinely think that we're playing against the Gores, which is fine because our hand. I will not complain about anything that this guy does this game. He could go Brain Control Caius right now, and I'll be like, I accept.
Yeah, like that's completely fine.
Yep. Brain heavy Caius. I'll be like, absolutely, you got me.
Yep.
Hopefully, I think he just drew the second Malicious, so that's what I'm just hoping. That's what I'm.
No. So that's another problem actually that I found when I was testing D-Draw. I would go like D-Draw Mali the few times that those cards would be in combination with each other, and I would pull into like another Malicious, or I'd pull into like a Gilman, and I'd be like, this is just terrible.
Yeah. Is this a mirror match of sorts? Like, this is actually crazy. I think it is, because yeah, it's definitely a mirror match. What am I saying? Like, be fucking for real. This guy, right. Yeah, he's playing like an old school. It's like a mix of your old build and the other build that played the Dasher and stuff. Like it's both.
So if he does go Stardust, which is perfectly fine, we can just bottomless the Stardust. He'll tribute to negate, and then we'll just negate his negate, and then
Yep.
like all is well. So the fact that he's taking a while means like he's not in a good position.
Yeah, he has 7 cards in hand. And a malicious engrave. So technically 8 cards total. And
yeah, he has plays for sure, right? He definitely has plays for sure. But it'd have to be some of his crazy plays to get him out of the bad spot he's in. Because no matter what he does, we can clap back. And if he doesn't set any back rows, it just further cements that he. Okay, good.
All right.
Okay, good. All right, that's good. So it's been 2 turns. So now I just think we can get aggressive. I don't think it's wise to attack with Stardust, but we can just start poking with like Zero and Sangan.
Yeah. We still have that Plague Engrave. So in this deck, he plays Armageddonite, which means I can summon Dark Armor, I think, because I can go stack. Plague will get banished. Sangan will replace the Plague, so it'll be 2 darks. Search Armageddonite, normal summon it.
That's true.
Your build doesn't play Armageddonite, but I think this one does. So
right, so that's true. That
so
is a really good play.
Yeah, so I can do like the most, which I'm going to attempt to. So the card that I don't need in this hand is this Infernal Prodigy, I'm gonna say. So we're gonna
definitely
declare.
And I'm sure he's just gonna let everything go through.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if something went wrong here.
So I'm a fan of the Magical Hoe. Yep. Now we get our boy Army Knight.
Yeah, this is a unique thing. It just occurred to me that this deck plays Armageddonite, because I was like, oh yeah, poke it with Sangan. Yeah,
I didn't even see that because that's not a play in my deck.
Right.
It's like it didn't even occur to me because it's like I can't do that play.
Yeah. Oh, he plays 2 Infernal Prodigy. I don't need all these Infernal Prodigies, so that's what's getting
sent.
I
mean, that guy can get sent. And good luck.
Yeah.
And good luck. It's like he has to drop his Gores now, and then like even if next turn he claps back with a 0, we have Stardust and Deep Prison and Bottomless.
Yeah, so this just got so out of hand, obviously. All right. So what do you banish first prior? Because this duel does play. Okay. And then here, what would you pop?
I always go for the monster.
Yeah.
I would go for the monster and 1 back row. I would just keep 1 back row up. And like best case scenario, he set a Sangan.
Oh shit!
Oh, a Dandelion. Whoa.
Didn't see that one coming
at all. All right, so he. Okay, cool.
That's interesting.
Honestly, I'm not wasting my Dark Arm pops on Dandelion tokens.
No, I'm not. I'm not even Cairo.
like that's not a thing.
Yeah.
Like if you really want to push for game, you could activate Miracle Fusion and banish your 0, and then that'll clear his tokens, right?
Yeah.
But also at the same time, I think as long as you do enough damage to put him under 800, there's not much he can do.
Yeah.
Right. And then
I think I want to pop one more card in the back.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
All right, we're gonna banish Malicious, I'm thinking here.
Yeah, Malicious is fine.
Yeah. I want to get one more. I want to get one more pop before I decide what I'm going to do next.
Yep. And that was the game plan originally, was to pop a monster and pop a back row.
Yep.
Like him having the Danny tokens, like, well, we're not wasting time on that. Wow, that's convenient. You could go tribute and take.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, but he took the wrong one. But anyway, that's very convenient. So yeah, he bought himself a turn.
Yes. Yes, he did, because I'm not killing my Dark Armed.
Yeah.
Okay. That entire turn was really annoying.
Yeah, that's anyway. So we just run over the token.
Yeah, let me do
And then
that
set
first.
our
Yeah.
back row. Set our back row, gain 6, and he needs brain control.
Yeah, he still needs brain, like just straight up.
But yeah.
What were we about to say?
I was about to say, but even if he has brain control, he also needs a card with brain control because brain control in itself is not enough to clear this.
Yeah.
If he takes Dark Arm, then like we have Stardust with Deep Prison, and if he takes Stardust, then like he would need like Heavy Storm or something because it still doesn't get past the whole board.
Yeah, he needs Heavy Storm to play. I feel like honestly, he needs like Heavy Storm and brain control, like you said. Like it's a lot that needs to happen right here, and he could totally have it. But this it's just crazy that his back rows were Econ and Dandelion of all things, and he's playing fucking Diva Hero. I think.
Yeah, like okay, mind control. Okay, that's fine. We can't stop that anyway. But that means he doesn't have Heavy Storm, because if he had Heavy Storm, he would have mind controlled the Stardust.
Right. Well, he could be trying to go.
He could go like pop and then we tribute Stardust and then like then play Heavy Storm.
Yeah, I want to see what he goes for here. Well, what's he
Right.
popping? Like, what's the target? He doesn't even know.
Yeah, he's in such a bad spot. I think we just let that ride, right?
I 100% think we let that ride.
Yeah, like that's fine. That's his only dark too. Like, yeah, we just let that ride.
Yeah, that is fine. Like, are you really about to pass this Dark Arm back?
All right, what's your next move, King?
I think he has the second malicious in his hand, though. I'm gonna stand by that.
Yeah, you got to check the replay after this.
Yeah, I think that he de-drew into that second boy. Unless that back row is like, oh, okay.
Well, he can't attack.
Yep.
He can't attack. Remind him that.
Just
wait.
I wanted to declare. Yeah, I wanted to declare the attack.
Let him do it.
Because you can go into battle phase. He could have evenly matched.
That's right. It don't evenly match.
He could have evenly.
See, look, he realized.
Yeah. He got it. He got it. Listen.
No.
This mind control looking sus as fuck.
Yes. He was wishing that was a brain control.
He could have targeted Absolute Zero to force my hand. Because if he targets Absolute Zero, then I lose Zero and Dark Armed if I don't use Stardust to kill Dark Arm. So it's like forcing your hand to do an action.
Oh, if he had debris, why wouldn't he take the Stardust?
This doesn't make any sense.
That has to be an attack. But I mean, if he's going to synchro, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it should have took the Stardust. Mind control the Stardust and then go for a Black Rose.
Yes, that would have been amazing, actually.
Actually, we didn't have an out to that.
Yep. That would have
lost
been
the whole field.
That would have been insane.
All right, well, that's fine.
Yeah, I don't see that threatening me either.
I mean, we yeah, like if you want, because he's already normal summoned, I don't see him summoning anymore. So we just need to think like if it'll be game, right? If we bottomless this. All right, he just said GG. Right,
yeah, because I was looking like I don't see where this is going. Okay, how do you want to handle side decking in this pseudo mirror match?
Well, definitely fossil.
Oh,
okay.
Okay, we won't side then.
All right, yeah, we won't be. Yeah, but for the viewers at home, then I would just put in Crows, Fossil Dynas, and honestly, like that's and a deck heavy. That's it.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll just play straight up. But he's playing some like Diva Hero plant. I don't even know what.
The thing is, it's just like it's good that we're playing because now other people can see like that opponent had a chance to win despite the fact we open up so broken. All he had to do, mind control Stardust, summon debris, get Dandy, bottomless Deep Prison doesn't do anything. Yep. Make Black Rose.
We would have lost so many fucking cards to that. That's crazy.
Yes. And also against these type of decks, for everyone who's watching at home, like back to the siding, I'm alluring here. Back to the siding.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. I would side out bottomless because bottomless generally isn't like very good against this type of deck. Yeah, I mean you can either banish Reaper or Malicious. I'd probably banish Reaper because like Molly's the only hero you have in your hand.
Yeah, it's given Malicious for as I have a Caius. I want to. Yeah. Okay. Well, this This Treeborn
So
Frog.
like, yeah. So usually I'm an aggressor and I like to summon things and attack. But the thing is, we don't know if he's on Raikou. So like that could be like a tomato. That could be like a dandelion. So, and I'm afraid of getting my Treeborn Caius.
I am
So I'm
afraid of
actually
getting a
okay.
Caius.
I'm actually okay just passing here. And like worst comes to worst, we pass again and we just put Treeborn in the grave that way.
Yeah, if he doesn't start like ODing on me, we'll see how. And if he does, I have Brain Caius. So
Right. Yeah. Bring Caius out to almost every board in Edison format.
yes, so. If it doesn't have a Titanial associated with it, it's pretty ignorant. And so interestingly enough, his deck could have a Titanial.
Yeah, right. That's true.
Like
That's true.
he could have that. He could absolutely right now.
Yeah, but we're okay with taking 1,000. Like that's okay. This is fine too. He probably just makes, I don't know, Android.
Yeah.
People love Catastor too, but yeah, okay, cool. He makes Android. Yeah, like all this is good. And the fact that he had Sangan set kind of just further convinces me that he has a Caius in his hand.
Yeah. Oh, this is bad.
Yeah, it's bad if he has Dandy. Definitely bad. Well, speak of the devil, right?
Yeah. Oh, this is bad. And I don't have any of my traps in my 10 trap card deck.
And you know, right. That's funny. That's so funny. This is such a true hero, Diva hero hand.
Yep. Like it's a good hand. I would not complain about the hand. The hand is definitely a decent hand. The problem is we went second. So there's like this fear of Caius. And then even if we do play Miracle Fusion, our only water is a Treeborn Frog, which like sure, you still get the miracle, but it's also kind of sad.
Yeah. Well, the fact that he half makes me think that he's respecting Gores. So if he only attacks for 12, then like this by far isn't bad for us at all. Okay, or he's doing that effect.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's just straight up playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, that's fine. And this is another reason why like I don't like sets that aren't sided, because like if we sided, then we just have Falsadine, and now your Drill Warrior that you committed all those cards to does nothing.
Yep.
All right. But anyway, things work out for us because good things happen to good people. We don't even have to waste our brain control.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
The thing is, his graveyard is looking very lit.
Yeah,
very
I mean,
lit.
all it needs is this fucking dandelion. It's annoying that we couldn't side, but anyway. Because game ones are just not, it's not real to just play only game ones.
Yep.
But that's me just Johnning right now. So yeah, we're just gonna do this. I mean, this is our play. Oh, so we can go either one of these.
I'm feeling Caius.
Because we might die if we do malicious.
Because we already have a hero in our graveyard, which is Prodigy. And we need to get rid of the Android. Because the problem is that deck puts on damage like quite quickly. And then like even if it doesn't kill us, we'll just take 1,200 every turn, which isn't good.
Oh.
Yeah, but we're definitely in a sour spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a debris is gonna come down, make a Stardust, it's gonna attack, and it's just like, oh.
Yeah. And it's like we have out to all those things, but it's just like because he can keep doing it again and again and again, that's the problem, right?
Yes, the wall.
We can go Brain Control the Stardust, attack, and tribute it for malicious. Like we can out it, but it's just like if he keeps doing it every turn, and like main deck, like what do we have main deck to stop this? Like nothing really.
Yeah, I think it's just Deep Prisons and Mirror Force with the hope that he attacks into them, and that's not good. Like I actually don't think this game is winnable with the way this deck is built. Like if we go to game 3, I'm siding.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Like I don't.
I mean, yeah. Like this is what happens when we don't side, right? Like, yeah.
Yeah, so. Like this is a rant. Because think about playing game 1s and your opponent's like, I want to play frogs.
Well, then your opponent will win every game.
Yeah, it's like, all right, bro, like get the fuck, like no, that's not how Yu-Gi-Oh works.
It's the same thing. Like you're up against a burn player. Like, yeah, like let's just side, bro. Let's not side. Like I don't have a side deck. Okay, so this is fine. So,
oh my god,
yeah. Once again, to the viewers at home, Falsadina. Like all of these plays he's doing, they don't mean a single thing if we have Falsadina. Like,
yo, he is styling.
Oh wow, this is getting out of hand.
I like it though. So I'm a fan.
I mean, I like it too. I definitely like it. I'm happy we didn't summon the malicious because that would have been our only hero, and then it would have got mind controlled and banished, and we'd be sad.
We're
I
good.
mean, we'd have that. We'd have that, but like losing the malicious is just like terrible.
Yeah, losing malicious sucks. But oh man,
Draw
this
4.
this
My
game
God.
this game got so out of hand.
And he has the D draw on the Molly, right?
I love it.
Definitely. Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
I love it.
Yep.
All right, so we style game 1, even though he misplayed and could have won, and then he's styling game 2.
Yeah, I mean, he has what, Plague and Molly in his grave, right?
Yeah, he has everything.
Yep.
He has Dandy in his
even
hand.
if he drew into the second Molly, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, he's living his life like it's golden for sure. His deck is heavy combo. Like
I like the quick draw deck. It's just realistically just not competitive.
Yeah,
it's just
straight up quick draw deck. Yeah,
right. It's a worse frog deck. It's a worse frog deck.
Yeah, that's true.
All it is.
Because I feel like a lot of what he's doing, the number of cards he has, and all of that, frogs do this, but just better and more consistent.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Like everything he's doing right now is like, okay, like I can do the exact same thing, but I will just do it very consistently.
Yep. That's exactly right. If quick draws was as consistent as what we're seeing now, then it would be the best deck in Edison format.
Yeah, that's very late.
Yeah, it's super late.
So he has Caius Engraved, which means he could just recur that. We could just scoop here, or we can keep playing.
Honestly, I think we're wasting time. Because we're at 32, which means we only have 3 turns at maximum. And like, yeah, I think we're wasting time. So yeah, those are going in. Yep, those are going in. And bottomlesses are going out. Those cards are not good against this deck.
Yeah.
I don't think that we particularly need mind control. Like, I don't think it's the best here. All right, well, we're just gonna ignore what he's saying.
Because, yeah, fuck what you talk about, my guy.
Yeah. Also, as you know, I'm not the biggest fan of Phoenix Wing Blast. And I watched the interview with Benjamin, and he even said that he sided it out a lot too. All right, so here we go. Oh, look at that. No malicious. We're rewarded. We are rewarded.
I like how you said no malicious before I drew my fucking
6 card.
Yeah. You are unhinged. Okay.
So anyway, yeah, we go Future Fusion here. And then we have 2 choices, right? So we can either make a first turn synchro, or we can hold out and do nothing. And the kind of like merit of doing nothing is if he summons a monster that's strong, we could go for a Colossal Fighter, Army or multi-K. Because the problem with making Stardust in this specific scenario is we don't have a way to protect him, right? Yeah. We don't have any back rows. Yeah. So those are just 2 things to keep in mind. Honestly, it's probably better to not wait on Colossal Fighter, Army or OTK, because usually the monsters that the quick draw summons, if they have an attack of like 2,000 or higher, like they're just going to keep getting like looped because it's usually like the synchros, right?
Yeah, I don't see him summoning on turn 1 something that we could do that too. So
right, yeah.
So you want to make a level 8 synchro now?
Yeah, we can make a level 8 synchro now because I don't see him outing like a first turn level 8 synchro.
Yeah, that would be pretty hard to do without some really specific cards.
Yep.
Now, if he goes like, I don't know, and here we're getting Gilman. Yeah, exactly.
Yep. And yeah, we can just make Stardust just to protect the Future Fusion.
Yep. I'm not going to set.
I'm not setting Miracle.
Yeah,
no, I'm not. I would
doing that.
I've learned from past duels, it's never worth it.
Yeah,
it's just never.
After you've played 1,000 games with Diva Hero, you're like, this bluff is not actually worth what I'm doing for. Is not it.
Yeah. So our hand's really good at a clapback in case he somehow outs this first turn board. And if he doesn't get rid of the Gilman, then he's in a bad spot because we can Caius if he has Gores or if he sets a monster. So we're in a strong spot.
Yeah. We also just have a live Miracle Fusion already.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's live, and we don't have to banish Treeborn for it. Like, everything about this is... We're already off to the races.
I mean, when you open up first turn Future Fusion, what more can you ask for, right?
Yeah, that's the Diva Hero. That card is broken as fuck. In every deck that plays it, basically.
Yep. My 2 cents on Future Fusion is it's really good in Diva Hero, but it is insane in Dragon.
Yeah,
like it's
tier 0 in that It's the best card, period, in Dragons. Okay,
Yep.
this is what we like to see. This is what
That's
we like
exactly
to
what we like to see.
see.
Oh, wow. That's really good. But I still think it's worth summoning Caius over summoning Reaper because we don't want to run into Dandelion again.
Yeah, that did happen, didn't it? That
Yeah.
definitely did happen.
That'd just be so annoying. And the good thing is we don't have to worry about Gores, because one thing that I said about playing around Gores is in Edison format, there aren't really many back rows that are like chainable, right? And if he has MST, then like we can just tribute Stardust to negate to stop the attack, right?
Yep.
So we would have to drop it here. And if he drops, okay, well, there. Yeah, like that's not going to lead into a Gores. Damn, murder. Oh my God. Murder. Sheesh.
All right. That's
Yeah, and next turn it gets real bad because we got a 0 dropping, and we can safely drop our Reaper because then we don't care about Gores actually because we can just Miracle Fusion over.
and we're
and
gonna draw
destroy
Fossil
it.
Dynapack Cephalo, and he's gonna fucking rage
Oh
quit.
my God. Oh, if we draw a Fossil Dyna, then it's just night. It's just night, like lights out.
He's gonna be so mad. Oh, you main deck that? Yeah, I main deck that. GG's.
Yep.
Oh, I love it. I love trolling. People don't know, but my old DB name used to be IB Trolling.
I actually remember that. I remember that from a long time ago. I do remember that.
I'm a lot older now, so my trolling days are mostly behind me. But every once in a while,
But now, even when you want to play serious games, a lot of people don't want to play you.
Yeah.
Even when you're not trolling.
Yes. And this guy's like,
oh,
no side. Like, bro, I wanted to play Edison best 2 out of 3. If I wanted to play best of 1, I would have said I won. I should have agreed to it to begin with, to be honest. That was dumb.
Yep.
So no,
right.
I learned something.
Yep. We fell for his trap. We felt bad for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because we did kind of OD.
Kid, right? Like a poor kid begging for money, and then you find out that actually, no, he actually has way more money than you think.
Please,
like,
sir,
all right,
a bit more.
You got me.
Fuck them kids.
What's J. Cole say? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. And then he goes into a whole rap lyric. Fool me 3 times.
Can't get fooled again.
Peace signs. Okay, well, he really wanted it to Sangan. I've said in one of my previous like Diva Hero videos that I think Return is a card that could have a potential place in Diva Hero.
Return or DDR?
DDR, sorry.
Okay.
Return obviously should be main deck. I meant DDR.
Yeah.
Okay, what is he gonna make? Yeah, like that's what I'm thinking. Because he's not making a Stardust. Like that doesn't make sense.
I don't know. I think the game's over now.
Like if this is your play, then yeah, the game is over.
Yeah, this doesn't look.
Well,
maybe I'm
corrected. Stardust.
Okay.
Now, if he has Mirror Force, then like, sure, that makes sense. But
if he has Mirror Force, he's godly.
Yeah. But even if he has Mirror Force, we can counteract that by playing Miracle Fusion. So.
You are God.
All right, King, what are you going to do? Next to Blow, what are you going to do?
Oh, his name is Next to Blow.
Yeah, right? Some like, what kind of blow are we talking about? Talking about...
You are wild.
Don't do drugs, kids. Don't do drugs.
So I just realized that he can. So he got quick draw, so he can make Turbo Warrior. Yeah, Turbo Warrior. I think. Yeah, because then Stardust gonna kill Caius, and Turbo Warrior I think just straight up. Oh, he has fucking Dandelion too. Oh my God, that's annoying.
I mean, I always say the quick draw is good if you open up quick draw Dandy Debris. If you open up those Trinity, then of course you're gonna win.
Here a way to search this shit.
But even like still, he's in a bad spot. It depends on what that last card in his hand is.
How many what the fuck did he just synchro for?
Probably gonna make the Road Warrior that looks like 6.
Oh yeah, that's also good here.
Because he can like special summon Cyber Volley.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just glad it's not Drill Warrior.
Yeah, same. Because that's the one that's really gonna give him the advantage.
Yeah.
Okay, yep. There's Road Warrior. Uh-huh. And how many stars? That's 9 star, level 8. It says right there.
Yeah.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but 6 quick draws 5. Okay, yeah, that's right. Yep,
Yeah, I was doing
right.
the same in my head. I wasn't vocalizing it, but I was doing the exact same thing you were just doing.
Yep.
I was literally like, yo, I wonder, did I miss something? I was like, he only had 3 tokens, and I realized, oh yeah, quick draws 5. This thing's 8. All the math checks
Yeah.
out. Still getting absolute
Okay,
zero
so
next turn.
yeah, so bring out your Cyber Volley because I can't. Yo, if that last card in his hand is Machine Dupe, that
Stop.
would
Please
be
stop.
wild.
Please, because
Yo,
then
can you imagine
stop.
Machine Dupe and then he draws into a Mind Control? Oh my god,
Stop.
that would be crazy.
I don't think it should be that because he's thinking so fucking long.
All right, here we go, Machine Dupe. Get ready for it. He definitely is taking his sweet time though.
Yeah, I don't even know what could be taking this long now. Like now I'm a little annoyed because it's just like you have 1 card.
I mean, I've seen it happen so many times where it's just like, bro, right now, for the most part, since he's used his normal summon, his graveyard is irrelevant. Does he have 5? Okay. 500 here, 100 here. And he can attack with Cyber Volley since he's been wasting our time too.
Yeah, he might as well.
Yeah, but I was saying, does he have 5 in the grave for Avarice?
No.
4. Okay. So. All right, cool. So now he just loses his whole board to R0.
Yeah. So draw.
I mean, we'll see what we draw. Okay.
You have to attack
Yeah, so
this,
I mean,
right? Yeah, when this card
no,
is
right?
targeted. Yeah, you
Yeah,
have.
so I think what we can just do is
Yeah, I'm
just
just
summon
saying that he
Reaper.
can't negate my shit. So he's I
Okay.
don't get this. So yeah, you
Yeah.
said, summon Reaper and just end. Like this is just.
Yeah. And if you really want to, if you want to put in like additional damage, because we can also play the Miracle Fusion as well.
And it won't make
That way
0
we
30,000 because he's not. It doesn't count absolute 0. So yeah, we could
Right,
do that.
exactly.
I don't think we have to though. I'm just gonna play it a little bit conservative for whatever the fuck that's worth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so even he knew like what was happening. Yeah. Yeah, and then we just set the MST. I'm not the biggest fan of setting MST, especially since we have Treeborn, but like this just prevents like in case he pulls any like random spell or trap.
Is this really on the field or okay?
Yeah.
That should have been gone. That saying it got DD. Yeah, that should have been gone a minute ago.
Yeah.
Oh brother.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah, I'm just going to attack it.
Yeah.
No reason to let him draw like machine dupe or a mind control.
I mean, yeah,
guess that wouldn't even do anything. I'm just gonna attack it.
Yeah, we definitely have to just attack. Definitely a good card for you.
Plague Spreader Zombie. Set it or no? How do you feel?
I'm setting it. I'm setting it.
Yeah.
I feel like setting it.
I mean, to be honest, we're up so many cards that I could play. Yeah, I could play very ignorantly here and still. He doesn't play traps.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's really good. But we'd have to get rid of our Reaper to make it live. Because the only way is to make like
Catastrophe. Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, especially in this situation that we're in where we're up so much.
Right. Do you want to? I know I've been like dirtling right here without Miracle Fusioning. Is it just time?
Yeah, I think honestly, what I think you should do is I think you should make Catastrophe. I think you should just what you have what plague set?
Yeah.
I think you should make Catastrophe, set Deck Debbie, pass, Deck Debbie him, see what he has, and the next turn bring out 0.
Okay.
You've already waited now, so like now, because Deck Debbie and Reaper are going to do the same thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So. Oh, okay. Well.
All right.
There we have it.
I wonder if let me see something. See.
Yeah.
Just say GG. All right, so let's watch the replay real quick to see what was going on. I mean, that game was unlosable at that point. It's funny that we didn't draw. We didn't really draw like anything.
You know, yes, very interesting.
All right, so
for the most part, yeah, like this is broken, right? This was just absolutely insane. I do want to point out, like, this exact same setup that, like, I mean, Diva Hero lists, whether offensive or defensive, are for the most part very similar. There's only a few card difference. But, like, all these cards that we, like, OD'd on him are just cards that I would play in my deck.
Yes. The only thing that was different about game 1 is that Armageddonite.
Yeah. That Armageddonite play would not have been possible in my build. So I wouldn't have been able to drop Dark Arm when we did.
It's crazy he lived past this.
Also, he lived past it, and he could have won.
Yes, and he's about to rip debris off the top, just by the way.
What's his other back row?
Return.
Oh, okay.
His deck gave him the perfect card right here.
Yep. Because he did not have an out. And then game 2. So he did have the Caius, so we were right not setting the Treeborn.
Yep.
We're not, I love seeing that. I love seeing that because it makes me feel like I'm not crazy. Because when we took 24, like, it just sucks, right?
Yeah.
But it's just like, seeing this makes me like, okay, like, all of my Yu-Gi-Oh experience is valid. Like, I'm not crazy. That was the right play.
Yep.
And then here.
Look at his hand.
It's insane. It's literally just insane. Yeah, and then here he draws into the malicious. Could have sworn he did. Okay, he did. I'm not crazy. Oh, he just had everything.
Yeah, he also does not play traps. I think it's just return.
Yep. And then game 3. His hand is still very good. Didn't he get quick draw too?
Yeah, he's going to get it off his hand. Because he's going to set it, we're going to Caius it, and then he's going to he's going to DDR it.
DDR. Okay, right.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. And yeah, that's the holy trinity I was talking about, right? Like,
yep.
Quick draw, dandy debris. Like, yeah, if you open up like that, then...
This deck looks fun to play, though. Like, I actually like how combo-y it is. It just looks fun. I'm sure it bricks like all hell.
I'm sure it does, too.
So here he misplays severely. He, knowing that Absolute Zero is coming out next turn, you're supposed to draw 2 cards here and leave this guy on the field and be like, okay, because, like, it doesn't make sense to leave all 3 of these up knowing Zero crashes into Stardust. So that was a huge oversight right there.
And like, I think he put them in the grave immediately.
Yeah.
Before we entered battle phase.
Yeah, like, so he knew. It's not like he's not aware. Yeah, that whole thing was just strange.
Yeah. And this draws and a dasher. Yeah, like. Okay, so it was over. He had a Necro set, but.
Yep. Yeah, so this was interesting. I mean, the deck drew fine. Like, it performed well. Even though that matchup is kind of awkward, like that, I think that Frogs and Diva Hero both struggle immensely against decks that just, or specifically against Drill Warrior that goes unanswered, that can keep putting 2 Dandy tokens on the field. That shit is so obnoxious.
Yes. So in the start of Edison format, like a year ago, when people were still playing the Dandelion Quick Draw deck, I had Red Dragon Archfiend in my deck because, like you said, it's very difficult for Diva Hero to deal.
Yeah.
But now that, thankfully, the format has evolved and people don't play that deck anymore, I dropped Red Dragon. Like, there's no need to have him anymore.
Yeah, I haven't seen Red Dragon in a long time, in really anyone's deck, unless it's like completely gratuitous. But in the ones that can actually summon 8-star synchros consistently, I haven't really seen that be the card that people are playing in there. It's been a while since I've personally noticed it. So yeah, Red Dragon is not a real part of the format. Dark End is insane. Colossal's mandatory. Stardust is mandatory. Thought Ruler typically takes precedence over Red Dragon, just because he has more situations that can come up where, like, you need to gain life, obviously, or your opponent has some targeting cards, or you just have a read that they have some targeting cards, and you're like, fuck it, this guy's just better. But yeah.
Especially against Vayu Turbo, right? Like, that deck has a ton of cards that target. Like, they're going to slide and compose. They have D prisons, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just,
you're right.
Thought Ruler takes precedence. So it's up to you, King. What do you want to do? Do you want to take it for another spin?
Oh no,
or do you want to call it here?
no! I think this is plenty. I think that was plenty. That was enough dueling for me. I like opening up Future Fusion, and the games that I go first, and also with a tuner and Miracle Fusion, literally every single time I went first. So that felt amazing. The deck played really well. It's like I said, it's S tier deck for sure. Yeah, this build, it ran fine. Like, I don't really have any issues with it. I just think it's really funny though that I had Bottomless and Deep Prison, and I was going to lose my entire field. I think that is hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, and that's why, like, once again, to the viewers at home, you have to know what cards to side out in specific matchups. And I don't have like a how to beat quick draw video because like that deck is just not played anymore. But against that deck, you should be siding out your bottomlesses because you can't even bottomless Drill Warrior. I don't know if like many of the viewers know that, right? But as long as they have a target in the graveyard, then like the ruling is like really dumb for whatever reason. But you can't even bottomless Drill Warrior or Torrential. So it's just like that card is not good.
And to be more specific about what Cairo's saying, you can't bottomless Drill Warrior when he's coming back on the standby phase specifically. You can bottomless it when they first summon it, but you have to have the bottomless set obviously when he's first summoned with quick draw plus the dandy tokens. After that, once he starts looping and getting banished and coming back on the standby phase, you actually can't use bottomless or torrential when he comes back. And that's because when he comes back, he also adds a card from the graveyard to the hand mandatory. And that apparently causes cards like Bottomless and Torrential to not be applicable. Like, you can't use them because the last thing that happened wasn't a monster being summoned. It was him adding a card to the hand. So that's how they rule it. But yeah, so that's that. It's just annoying. That card's really annoying. Bottomless sucks against that deck. And Deep Prison isn't much better because most people won't even attack with the Drill Warrior until like they see no back row. They just won't attack because they know, if I keep looping this thing, I'm going to win the game. Like that part is like still mostly true in Edison. Like, if you keep looping a Drill Warrior over and over and over again, you'll probably beat a lot of the decks in the format. The problem is like, good luck doing that, right? Like, the best decks are playing like Vayu and Blackwings, they're oppression decks. Christius Warren's running out here. Like, Diva Hero will actually fucking OTK you before, like, as you saw, before he could really get established. It's like, sometimes you just get killed. Frogs can do the same thing. Like, the Hero Frog deck can really pressure you early. I literally played round 1 of Nationals. I went Summer Stratos, search out a guy, special swap Frog by discarding Ocean, send a Dupe Frog to grave, play Miracle Fusion, and I just attacked his Lila. He went Summon Lila pass, and that was my first time. I went Summer Stratos, Summon Absolute Zero, swap Frog, attack. Next turn, he scooped. I was like, the fact that I can do that turn 1, and the cards that I just named, I play 3 of every one. I play 3 Stratos, I play 3 Swap Frogs, I play 3 Miracle Fusions. So like, sure, you could be like, oh, that's, that hand's crazy. And it is a crazy hand. I acknowledge that. But like, I also play 3 of all these cards. So these are sometimes the hands that these decks can open. And the slow ass like quick draw decks typically can't deal with that.
Nope. And then the biggest problem for me with quick draw is games 2 and 3. Like, you can't go into a tournament and not expect to be up against False Dino or Vanity Team or Royal Oppression. Like, game 1, like, sure, you can get your combo, you can OD, but like, or even DD Crow.
Yeah, DD Crow is rough.
So yeah, Drill Warrior doesn't target, so it's not like, you can like pick a card and then Crow and then like, what I mean? You could choose another one, but at the end of the day, you know what you want out that graveyard. Your opponent knows what you want out that graveyard. So it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, I actually think Crow, even with the drill, because I've had this happen to me before where somebody had a Drill Warrior coming back and I crowed his Dandelion when Drill Warrior like activated in the banish pile, or like when he was, going to standby phase or whatever. I like crowed it and he just lost because he couldn't get back. He got back something else, and I was like, I don't care that you're getting back quick draw. Like,
you guys remember, making a synchro is usually a minus. So
yeah. I was like, you getting a quick draw back from the grave that's not good. So what are we actually doing here? I'm not really sure. I'm going to wrap this video up though. I hope you guys enjoyed this. We're going to record a second video now. And this one will be on A True Heroes channel. So definitely subscribe to A True Heroes channel. I hope that if you're listening to this, there's over 2,000 people. Thank you guys for the support, but go subscribe also to A True Hero. His channel has a lot of great Edison content as well. He's also one of the best players in the format. So yeah, check his channel out. And True Hero, do you want to say anything else before we get out of here?
I mean, thank you for welcoming me on your channel. Like, I always appreciate coming on. And to all the listeners, remember this: there's a hero in all of us.
Okay, well, peace.